Hello, welcome to Megan Sullivan Art. I am here tonight to show you through some art journals that I have. So they're not finished art journals in that I have completed the art journals. They are art journals ready for someone else to complete. So I hope that makes sense. So, but I will flip through them all so you can see. So these two bigger ones, bigger format ones, are completely blank, as in just the papers that I've put in there. And these two have had some embellishments. Now, they've been down at the markets here in Alice Springs, so the sun has faded where I've had my, my signs as to what the journals are about. But they're designed in such a way that you're able to completely paint over them and turn them into whatever you like. But this is just the paints that I pulled out of my box, and that's just the colour range that I rolled with. So that's just how it is. Okay, so let's go through the bigger ones first, because that's just how I have them in order. So let me move those out of the way. So both of these are $50 each basically, but I will do them for cheaper if someone's really interested. As you can see, this one has faded because of the metallic paint, and where the the bulldog clip's been, it's kind of lifted off a bit of the cover. But as I said, they're designed for you to customize them how you want. It's just what I've done. So all four of these are repurposed book covers. As you can see, I was going to do 3 signatures, but I just ended up doing the one in this particular journal. So I envisaged covering that with some fabric or something else. This is 2 signatures, this particular one. Okay, so this one is 19 by 26.5 centimeters. It is undecorated. There's 140 pages, really ready for you to turn it into your own. All the bubbles on the cover come from me overdoing it with the heat gun, but that was done on purpose to create that bubble effect. Gives it a bit of texture. So as you said, paint over the top of it, do whatever you like to it. It's entirely yours to transform. You can rip this off, it's glued down, paint over it, collage over it, whatever you want to do. But that's just what I did, because that's just the paints I had at hand. I didn't want to go looking for anything specific. I've got fabric reinforcing the spine here. This is a coffee cup. You can see the ridges in that. So that's the outer of the coffee cup, which I love using. I've instructed all my workmates to keep them for me, and they're very good at following instructions. Any cardstock that I've used, I've just kept aside. Little tuck spot there for my business card. You can do whatever you like. So there's a range of different papers. There's sketchbooking papers, watercolor paper. No idea what this kind of paper is. I got it at our tip shop. There's kids book papers, lined, a little bit of a tuck spot there. This is like, I think it's marketed as like a canvas paper. There is a bit of a texture to it. This is a crafting book which has got some Edith Holden illustrations here and there. Atlas. We've got tracing paper, a bit more of that unusual, whatever the hell that is. Nursery book. We've got overhead transparencies, which are interesting because you can gesso these and then write on them or paint on them. So very interesting. Or you can, I don't know, it's up to you. Sketchbook paper, bit of extra scrapbooking paper. Yeah, so basically it's just a repeat of those papers all the way through. Index from the Atlas. Yeah, so do whatever you like with it, really. I've done nothing to it apart from put the papers in here ready for you to turn it into whatever you want. A writing journal, an art journal, a photo album. I don't know. Go your hardest. Do whatever you like is basically what they are. So this is the other, see, buy a cup. So a coffee cup, pocket. I've just glued that down. Just with some extra scrapbooking paper. That's paper. This is more of a cardstock. Alright, so, do whatever you like, basically, with these particular two. This one here is the same, except it has 144 pages. It's 22.5 by 28.5. And again, same price, $50, except this one has some of the fabric that I've used to reinforce the spine in there. Country Diary Book of Crafts, which is the one that has the Edith Holden illustration. So I've used all of that book in here, in that one and the other bigger one. Same, exactly the same types of paper in all 4 of these art journals. The other 2 smaller books are the ones that I've done some, you know, you'll see some embellishing on some of the pages, but essentially it's still got the acetate, overhead projector sheets. Yeah, so free for you to do whatever your heart desires. This one has 2 signatures. Turn it into whatever you like, and I would love to see what you do with it. This one has the bio cup as a side pocket with some offcuts of scrapbooking paper and cardstock. Alright, so that's the bigger one. Those 2 are both $50 each, but you know, if you've fallen in love and you know, whatever, just get in contact and we'll sort something out. That is not a problem. Alrighty, so we have, alrighty, so this one is stenciled and gessoed, this one. So you'll see, I don't know if you pick it up on the side, but it was actually a novel. You can see the embossing there on the spine. So it's got 3 signatures. I've just gessoed, painted and stenciled the cover. And this is heat embossed, which I love, 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 love. This is, the pink is gesso with a metallic magenta kind of paint in there. So that looks really cool. So this one is more decorated than all of them others. So this one is the most decorated of all. We've got a little pocket there with my journal, my business card. We've got some stenciling, extra papers here in that pocket. So stenciling, I started out with blue, and then as I went through the journal, I kind of changed. So we've gone to like a mint, then we've gone to like a pink, then we've sort of changed. So I've gone back and added all the colours all the way through, and the backing, so not the backing paper, but the paper I was using as I was stenciling and colouring was this. So I have cut that down, lined it and turned it into journal cards. So this is, yeah, it's got all the different colours on it all the way through. So yeah, but essentially all the same types of paper as you'll find in the bigger art journals. So I've gone stenciled over the printed papers, as in the atlas, the, you know, all those other different books, and left the plain papers generally on their own. So you can either cover over these, you can leave them as they are, further add to them, you can stick a piece of paper over the top and journal, whatever you choose. So these are just the stencils. So this is gesso and acrylic paint. So it's rough, it's textured, so you can write over the top of it. You can do whatever you like, basically. So same types of book pages, not a problem. Just with stenciling on those. So this is like a small rose stencil that I've got. As I said, that one. Yeah, and so that just repeats all the way through. So we've got the blues to start with. Here comes in some of the pinks. This again was some of the backing paper. This is the back of a watercolour paper pad, the cover. So you can cover over that, gesso it, do whatever you like. But that was the spray paint, which comes into the next art journal that I've done. So that's acrylic spray paint there. And stenciling. I've done some envelopes. So the envelopes are stenciled. They're just craft paper, and they all have some of the spray painted backing board in there. Yeah, just I just kind of went for it. I didn't think too much about it. I just did what I had to do. So this is metallic. Here comes in some of the mint green, which was just kind of, I can't remember how I did that, but yeah, anyway, different kind of rustic techniques. Here I have stenciled with gesso and paint on the overhead projector sheet, which is kind of cool. This is, I've used this in like a mermaid journal before, that stencil, because it reminds me of like water bubbles. Second signature. That kind of matches in really cool with the background colours of the atlas. I like that. Just a little strip of spray painted paper. Another envelope with some more spray stenciling there. That's a bit like textured, that one. It's a bit more spray painted card. Another background paper there. Just where I went over the page when I was stenciling. I don't know, protect the page, whatever you might want to call it. Another bit there. That's RIT dyed paper. So RIT is a fabric dye, but you can also dye paper with it really well. Nice metallic pink. So yeah, I've gone back and incorporated the colours as I changed as I went through. So that's the overhead transparency. That is not painted on. That is the painted side because it's matte there. Pinks. Metallic pink with some of the aqua. Third signature. Transparency again. Painted that side, not that side. Another card. Another envelope. That's empty, that one. What else have we got? Sewing. More teal or aqua. Another spray paint backing card. Again, you would need to back the back and the background of that one ready to do something with it. Kind of like that. Yeah, and so that's the back. This is my label. So you could glue in another pocket here, no problems. So that's that art journal. These ones I am selling for $80, but I am willing to negotiate on those. This particular one here is very similar in size. This one has, so this one has 220 pages. This one has 234. Exactly the same types of paper, only this one I have spray painted the papers with acrylic spray paint. So this one has, again, 3 signatures with a pamphlet stitch and wax linen. And again, feel free to, you know, completely cover over everything. So all I've done is I've used acrylic spray paints and I have spray painted the papers. So they're a little bit textural in some cases, and the spray paint has come over to the other side. This is actually a rose gold, can't remember the brand name, but it's like a rose gold kind of inky spray thing, but the purple is the acrylic spray paint. This one I've just used the lid of something to create some rings there. So I was being careful originally to not get the spray paint on the other pages, but then I just went, you know what, by great. So yeah, so we've got all the different colours of spray paint, and they're quite bright. So this is the backing paper for the spray paint. And so again, it's for you to do whatever you like. And some of it got a bit chunky, and I've mopped it up with a bit of paper towel, so it got a bit textural, but I kind of like it. We've got yellow, we've got magenta, and it went onto the tracing paper, and I went, you know what? That is just cool. So we've got envelopes with more spray painted cardboard in there. Yeah, so it's kind of just, yeah, it's interesting for you to use as a base or completely cover over it again. It's entirely up to you. So yeah, and these are acrylic spray paints, as I said. So second signature, some purple there. Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool just to, for someone who is artistic, to kind of let loose on and turn it into whatever they wanted. And I really like this backing paper, like using that as some journal cards as well, or you know, whatever people want to do. So this is like canvas, so it's, but it was in the form of a pad, so it's sort of, it is canvas, but it's kind of gessoed at the same time. But we just need to see how people treat that and what they do with it. We've got a blue here on the atlas, orange and yellow, bright green, purple, so that's acetate that I've sprayed on this side, not that side. And the magenta again. Yeah, love it. Love it, love it. Then I got a bit crazy and went, you know, multiple colours. Another journal card in there. Yeah. So it's a turn it into whatever you like type journal. I love that, how the yellow splattered over the red. Yeah, so 3 colours. Wow, went wild there. 3 colours again, very textural. Let me just bring you up close so you can see that. It's kind of chunky in because I've hit it with a bit of paper towel or tissue. It's kind of taken off some of the paint and shown what was underneath and whatever. So these are, oh, I can't remember the brand name. I'll have to tell you about another video. Yeah, but anyway, so there's my art journals that I have. So lots of space for people to journal, art journal, make it your own. So there we go. Thanks so much, everyone. Bye.